Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and today we're going to talk about 4 ways in which Poshmark sucks. Now I know that sounds really negative, and really this is about ways in which I think that Poshmark could really improve the platform and ways that they have dropped the ball. It's an unapologetic video. I am not going to be saying I love Poshmark, but this is just where they need improvement. No holds barred, 100%. So we're going to talk about promoted closets. We're going to talk about live shows. We're going to talk about support or lack thereof. And we're going to talk about the search. So the first one I want to talk about is promoted closets. Now, this is only available right now on Posh US. I have not heard good things about it at all. I have been invited to try it, but I need a credit card that is based in the United States, which I do not have, or I have to switch my banking information, and I just don't feel like I want to do that, especially since I have not heard good things about the promoted closets. Very few people, like I'm going to say maybe 10% of the comments that I hear or see, praise it. They say, yeah, it's working for me, it's fantastic, I don't spend very much, whatever. Maybe 10%, and that's overestimating. An overwhelming 90% or so hated it. They said it did nothing for them, it was too expensive, it's a money grab, and all the rest of it. So for me, hearing that much of an outlash or an outcry of how crap it is doesn't make me want to do it. And one of the reasons I'm bringing it up in my Poshmark Sucks is that this is something that they're trying, and there's nothing wrong with them trying new things. But how long has it been in existence? Has it been almost a year? It's been at least 8 or 9 months, I think. And there hasn't been a lot of good sayings about it. They are getting to a point where they're promoting it all the time. And they're even taking Posh US. So it's only available in Posh US. They are promoting promoted closets for Posh US on Posh Canada. So a banner at the top of your closet will say, hey, US sellers, join the wait list to become part of Posh promoted closets. So they're advertising it and promoting it on Posh Canada because they want those sellers as well, even though most Canadian sellers on the US platform probably do not have the proper sort of card or payment method that they want. So to me, when a platform, a business, whatever, starts really pushing something, to me that means it's not doing as well as they had hoped, and they want to push it a little bit further to see if they can garner some interest. So for me, them promoting it on Posh Canada points in the direction that it's just not going as well as they had thought it would go. Now, promoted closets is one thing. On eBay, when you have promoted listings, I prefer that because it is one listing and you get to choose what listing that is that gets promoted, and you get to choose the percentage of what is charged to you if that listing is purchased only. I mean, on eBay, you also have a pay per click as well, but I prefer to have promoted, and if it sells via the promoted, I want to pay for it then. I prefer that. The way that Poshmark has it set up is, yeah, to me, it's like a money grab. They're looking for more money for you to do the business that you could have done 2 years ago. So this is where, they're changing. The whole sort of makeup of Poshmark is changing, which brings me to live shows. Now, I've talked about live shows multiple times. They are not for me. I have visited shows on both Canada and the US, and they're just not for me to sit around for an hour and chit chat and maybe buy something. It's just, I have better things to do with my time, so it's just not for me. If you are doing live shows and you're loving it and you're making money at it, fantastic. You know what, I'm not going to say that they are the bane of my existence. I do think that live shows have cheapened the platform. I think that they have brought the average sale price way down, and it also is having buyers expect a lot lower prices. I do believe that live shows, not the sellers that do them necessarily, the whole idea of live shows has cheapened the platform. I was visiting live shows, like I said. A lot of people, they do all right, but honestly, I think those are the exception to the rule. I think on live shows, those people that are doing really, really well are just the few and far between. It does work, and if you can, do it, I'm not saying don't. But for the majority of people that try live shows, I don't think they're making money. If they are, I think they're making very little. I think they have to offer really low prices in order to compete. And if you are offering really low prices and you're spending hours upon hours live, you're probably not making a ton of profit. I have seen posts where they said, "Oh, I was on live for 4 hours and I made 5 sales, which gave me $60. Yay!" And it's like, you did 4 hours of work for $60 in sales. That's nothing. You're not making money doing that at all. So be careful if you are doing live shows. Make sure that you're actually making profit. Take into consideration your time. I know here on Posh Canada, live shows aren't nearly as big. I went on, I don't even remember what day, I think it was Wednesday. I went on and just did a little bit of research. And at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Posh Canada, there was a total of 7 shows going on. That's it, 7 live shows. On Posh US, there was, I have the number here and I don't know where I put it. But the live shows, oh, right here, there was over 120 shows on Posh US. So 6 shows, 126 shows. I popped into both on Posh Canada, Posh US, whatever it is. I just wanted to check them out. One thing I did find interesting on Posh Canada, there were 7 shows going on. 6 of those shows, the total amount of viewers at that point in time was only 86. One show had over 90 viewers. So for me, they're pushing that person to a certain degree. They're acknowledging them. They're pushing them higher in the algorithm, because that's a huge that's a huge number. It's a different number than the 6 combined. Even though I know that this person, does regular shows, they're consistent, they're a big seller and everything else. So I know they've done the work, but I also think that Posh pushes them. You know what? I do believe that if Posh can promote certain closets, then they can promote certain closets. You know what I mean? On Posh US, I did notice a lot more shows going on, and the difference in viewership. I mean, I don't think anybody had over 100 viewers. A lot were under the 50 mark, with a handful or so under 10. I think there was only one with 0. So there was a lot going on, and this was in the middle of the afternoon. And I know that the number on Posh US, the number of live shows, goes up later in the day. So there's a lot more competition on Posh US for live shows. With live shows, if you are loving them and you're doing them and you're playing with your friends and you're doing whatever, you do your live show and all your little buddies, I shouldn't say that, it sounds so condescending, but all your friends come in and you know what, they chit chat, maybe they buy from you, and it's like, great, I sold some things. I'm going to repay the favor, and I'm going to visit everybody else's show, and I'm going to buy from them, and I'm going to buy from them. Now, in and of itself, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Support your friends, support the people who support you, absolutely. But if you are spending your time supporting people and spending your earnings on their shows, you need to do your math and make sure that you're still making profit yourself in your business. Poshmark really does push the PFF and the friendships and the Posh love, and I am about a business, and if it's not good for my business, then I'm not going to do it. If it's not earning me money, chances are I'm probably not going to be doing it. Even though I will go into a show, or I will go, share other people's things or whatever it is. I do support those people who support me. Doesn't mean I'm always going to buy from them. Doesn't mean I'm going to spend my day going in and out of shows just so I can show them my support. I have other things to do with my time. So if you're doing live shows, just make sure that you're really and truly making money, and do your hourly wage as well, because if you're spending 8 hours, and there are marathon shows, if you're spending 8 hours to make $200 or whatever it is, just make sure that you're making money. Now, talking of live shows, you all know that I am one to kiss Poshmark butt in a sense, and I do silent shows just to appease the algorithm. I think it's a really good thing to do. It's very simple. I do my silent shows via Posh Sidekick, and for the month of December, I didn't do a lot. There was a lot going on in December, but I did some more over the weekend. I set up a few shows. It's really easy to do with Posh Sidekick. You don't have to be around. You can get notifications if somebody, buys something or if somebody talks to you in the show, which is fantastic. Every once in a while, I do go in and just do a silent show manually just to shake it up a bit. But, and this is going to bring me to customer support, I did a silent show on Posh US on last Saturday. And I've done them overnight before, where, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm running a show via Posh Sidekick, and I've had no problems whatsoever. It gets a time of day when I'm not normally on, it gets more eyes on my items, etc. And I've had no issues. Nobody's, responded. I've had viewers. I haven't had sales, but I haven't had any problems until Saturday. I set up a show on Posh US for all those things I was going to purge, so it was a low start show, and I scheduled it for 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. my time, which is Eastern Standard, which I know for out west, it's 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So Saturday night, I'm in bed, okay, because I've done this before. I didn't worry about it. I woke up Sunday morning to a poop show. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a poop show. So woke up to somebody had purchased something via this silent show, which I was like, fantastic, that she sent me a message on the actual order. And it was a nasty message. It escalated very, very fast. Now, to start off, I understand this person's frustration. She apparently was in the show asking me to run certain items to go with the item that she had already purchased. And of course, I wasn't around, so she felt ignored. Absolutely understandable. I get that. She wrote me a nasty message saying that she wanted to purchase the one item, but she wanted the other 2 items that she had requested in the show for the $5 start bid, which, you know what, bids are bids. You want them to go up. Just because I have something starting at $5 doesn't mean I want it to sell for that. Again, understood her frustration. But a couple of things. Show ended at 2 a.m. my time. This message didn't come through until 3 a.m. my time. So she waited an hour. So I don't know what she was doing in that hour, but she waited an hour. She sent me this message, which was, I'm not going to say nasty, but it was, you could hear her frustration, which is fine. As soon as she sent that message, she invited Poshmark into the conversation like that, and then proceeded to be even nastier in her address to Poshmark. So, okay, fine. Even though I understand her frustration, I don't understand the actual, like that, bringing Poshmark into it. She didn't give me a chance to respond. And waiting an hour till after the show was done. I mean, that could have been just her waiting to see if I would respond. I don't know. I woke up to all this at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, and my initial reaction was, okay. And I just said to her, you know what, wow, good morning, I will gladly cancel this order. And I canceled it and I blocked her because, honestly, I could have explained to her it was a silent show via Sidekick, but you know what, I don't want to tell Poshmark I'm on automation, etc. So I dealt with it, that's fine. I will not be running silent shows overnight for a while because I don't think it's worth the risk. I don't want to piss off a lot of customers. With customer support, so she invited Poshmark into the conversation at 3 a.m. on Sunday. 3 a.m. on Sunday. They did not get back to us until midnight on Monday night. So this instant sort of bring Poshmark in isn't so instant. In fact, that wait time would have really annoyed that customer even more so. And it annoyed me to begin with because I was like, okay, where is Poshmark? What are they going to say? And whatever. So it took them well over 24 hours, which I think is ridiculous in that situation. Their support is absolute crap. 100%. I have very little to say good about their support. It is totally bogged down. They have not enough people or bots to answer questions, and they just take their sweet time, and a lot of us want the answers like now. So that's one situation with the customer seller support, where even with the instant bringing it into the conversation on the order, they're still really slow. And as a Posh Ambassador too, we're supposed to get priority response, right? Which doesn't happen. The next customer support story time I'm going to talk about is I had somebody last week, they bought something. I sent out offers. I sent out offers. Sent out an offer. She bought a pair of jeans. An hour later, she bought another pair of jeans because I guess I sent out another offer. Realized it was the same customer. So I messaged her and said, hey, you know what? You just bought two things from me. I don't know if you realize. If you want, I will bundle them together and send you an offer so that you can purchase them together and not have to pay double shipping. And then I'll cancel the original orders. She loved that, thought that was fantastic, thought, yep, I'll always buy from you because that is fantastic customer service, which was great. So I did that. I canceled the orders. I bundled the orders, the two items. I sent her an offer. She accepted it. She was very happy, very thankful. Later on that day, she messaged me again on the order and asked about her refund for the original orders. Now, I've never really had to deal with that, so I don't know how long it normally takes, which is what I told her. I told her that I would email Poshmark and ask them how long does it normally take. So I did that. Friday morning, I emailed Poshmark Canada and said, hey, how long does it normally take? I have this order, blah, blah, blah. I gave them the order number, everything else. Over the weekend, I did get that canned response saying that they were working on it, blah, blah, blah. We are a week from that. It's been a week and they still have not answered my question. So I don't know. I'm assuming the customer got her refund because she hasn't messaged me. And still, it's been a week and Poshmark has not responded to my email. That's ridiculous. My customer is looking for an answer. I'm looking for an answer and it's been over a week. That doesn't make me want to contact customer support. It is very, very poor. Their customer support is like disgusting. It is utterly disgusting. It is full of canned responses and no answers and stuff that they don't understand. And I still, at this point in time, do not understand why there isn't a call center. When we have a problem with eBay, Paul requests a callback. And within half an hour, somebody always calls him back and he gets his issue situated. Like Poshmark, I don't think they care. I really don't think they care. They want the money, but they don't want to spend the money. And you know what? A call center would just alleviate so many problems, even though I know they would be getting a lot of calls for ridiculous things. But in this situation, I could have called them or whatever, and they could have given me an answer. Even if it was a vague answer, at least I could have went to my customer and said, hey, you know what? This is what they told me. So pay attention to your bank accounts or whatever. So you know what? Customer support or seller support on Poshmark is probably the lowest customer support of all the platforms. I am utterly disgusted with their support or lack of. And I feel like I'm on my own, which is fine to a certain degree because I'd much rather have hands-on in my own business. But they need to improve this. If they want to grow and stay grown, they need to improve customer service. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the search. Smirch? I don't know where that came from. We're going to talk about the search. It's still not fixed. I really do believe that if I search, if I search for a smash and test romper, that's what should be showing up on my feed, on my search results. I put in smash and test romper, I end up with rompers, I end up with shirts, I end up with dresses, I end up with tops, then I end up with other brands. If I filter it to my size, I should not be getting baby sized items. I should be getting my size only, period. I don't understand why this is not fixed. And as a seller, I know how to filter, I know how to look, and I know how to do whatever in order to get the results that I need for the most part. But as a buyer, especially a buyer that's not used to the platform, they're going to get frustrated. They're going to be like, how am I going to find anything? So this is priority. They really need to fix this search. You know what? They're putting their time and money into giving us confetti when we make a sale, which, yeah, it's cute and nice, but it doesn't help my business at all. Fix the search. Fix the search start promoting those closets that, you know what, don't do live shows. Even though I understand you're making your money on the live shows, I understand that. And I know you're putting all your eggs into that basket right now. But you know what? Remember where you started. Remember that the people who built this platform don't want to do lives. So help them out as well. I don't know. I'm a little... So yes, they really need to improve on the promoted closet thing. They got to figure that out. The live shows, they need to fix the bid button because the accidental bids are ridiculous. And it's a lot of people saying, I'm not going into shows because of that. Fix the accidental bid. You're causing a lot of bad sort of tension between buyers and sellers because a buyer may accidentally bid because of where the button is and the seller refuses to cancel it because all bids are binding and Poshmark is having their back in the whole bit. I'm going on a rant right now. Fix those things. Your customer support, you really need to look at that because if you do not have the support in place, people, buyers, sellers will be leaving the platform. And you know what? If I can't find what I want to buy, I'm not going to be buying it, so fix the search. Anyway, that is my 4 ways that I believe that Poshmark can improve, or the way that Poshmark sucks. Paul wanted me to be a lot more positive, or he said, you know what, you should do a positive video too because you want to counteract the negative. And you know what, no, this is my unapologetic, you know what, fix this kind of video, and that's it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Down below in the comments if you want to let me know what you think about Poshmark, go right ahead. See you guys. Bye.